everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am testing out a bunch of new products in this video. I have a lot sitting here and I thought it's always easier for me to kind of put a bunch in one video and then review them. So that's what we're doing. So first we have the Slip Tint from Saie Beauty. And the reason why I am testing this out today is because I just got their new concealer. So I thought, you know what, I'll combine them and, you know, share my experience with both of these. So we are playing with that. And then I have this palette from Surratt. Now this is not new to the market, but it's new to me. And I bought this on Beautylish and it came as a set like this. I can't tip it anymore because they fell out and I got to figure out why that happens, but they fell out. So it has a highlighter, blush, and bronzer. And then I also have from Saie Beauty the Radiant Loose Setting Powder, the Air Set in the shade Medium. It's translucent medium. And for the eyes, I have these new liquid eyeshadows from Sisley. This is what the box looks like. They're called the Ombre Eclat Liquid. So these are the long wear liquid eyeshadows and I have them in 2 shades. I bought 4 and 5. So I'm going to be testing those out today. I'm also playing with these, which they're new to me. I've never used these before. I've used the single eyelashes from Ardell, and I really love the naked lashes from Ardell, but I didn't even know that these existed. I've just never seen them. And I ran across a video, I think on Instagram or something, and they're 3. And so I put them up here on the outer corners. So I'm going to play with these and share my thoughts with you guys. And then I have this from Westman Atelier. So this was launched a while back, I would say maybe even a year ago, and then it was out of stock for a really long time. So it just came back into stock. So no, it didn't just come back. So I would say maybe 2 or 3 months ago, 2 months ago maybe, I don't know. Time's flying before I even know it. I don't know, but it came back into stock and it was everybody was talking about it. So I went ahead and picked it up, and this is called the Lip Suede, and this is in the Nudes. So lots to say about this. And I am going to be doing a wear test, probably a 10 to 12 hour wear test on my makeup. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be super fun. Without further ado, let's jump into the try on and I will see you guys all in my final thoughts. Let's talk about the Saie Slip Tint and also the new concealer. So I actually ordered these on Sephora, like online to go pick up. I told the employee maybe I should just go and check and make sure the shades that I got were right. The shades that I picked are so much darker than what they are in real life. So I first ordered the shade 5 and I had to buy shade 3 because shade 5 was way too dark. So the shade range on the concealer seems to be a little bit dark. Keep that in mind. Now this isn't new from Saie Beauty. So this has been out for a minute, but the concealer was new. So I thought, you know what? I'll get the tinted moisturizer along with the concealer. So when this first came out, I ordered shade 5. So I've had this one. This is a new one, but I ordered shade 5 a while back and I just haven't used it yet. I haven't reviewed it or anything. So I have shade 5 and 5.5. So let me swatch. Oh shit. Okay, so this is oily. It just spit oil all over me. It seems like you got to give this a good shake or something because it's like kind of oily. See that? Look at that. Gross. I've got oil all over my desk. It's like, just like, and I hope I didn't get it on my shirt. I did, right here. See this? See those little spots right there? I'm having issues with shade 5. Come on. So that's shade 5 and that's 5.5. 5.5 definitely has a little bit of a peachy undertone, but it's warm. It's on the warm side. This one, what is shade 5? Described as? 5 is for medium skin tones with a peach undertone. That does not look peach to me at all. It's almost gray. This right here. That does not look peach to me at all. This one looks more peachy. So 5.5 for medium skin with red undertones. That's 5.5. 5.5 is going to be a way better color. This is going to be straight up gray. I'm going to just show you on this skin. So let's put them on the face and see what they look like. That's 5.5. This is 5. Definitely 5.5. The undertone's so much better. Even though this is blending into my skin, when I put it all over the face, it's gonna look gray. I am going to wear shade 5.5. So I'm gonna start with 2 pumps. That's 2 pumps. The pumps are kind of small and this is thick. This is a very thick foundation. So I am probably going to use a brush. I'm gonna use a clean brush first. So I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 101 I'm gonna dip into it. See, that's a perfect color. Perfect color. Like, it's a perfect color. Yes. I don't see that this is for red undertones though. I didn't know medium skin would have red undertones. Seems like the darker your skin is, the more you get more red in it. But I didn't know that medium skin could have red undertones. So I guess I'm learning something new every day. I'm not a makeup artist, so therefore I don't know, you know? Like, I have no idea. She's very thick. This is super, super thick. Like almost a little bit too thick, I'm gonna be honest with you. Giving me nice coverage. I mean, I'm using a brush and I'm kind of doing this with it. I'm kind of packing it onto the skin and I'm getting good coverage. It's quite shiny. It has a very oily texture, right? So that's just what it's gonna be. This is one that you're gonna wanna like tap into place. Like, it's so thick that I think it would show a lot of brush marks if you started doing this with it. I just feel like it's just not that type of foundation. Okay, so now that I have it on, I am seeing the red undertones in this shade. I didn't see it like in the swatch, and now I have it on and kind of blend it out. This is very, very oily. Like, it's really an interesting texture. I'm trying to think of what this foundation reminds me of. But you can kind of see it's super glossy, like super glossy. You know what it feels like? It feels like a mask. You know when you put on a really, really hydrating, like juicy mask on your face, like skincare mask? That's kind of what this feels like. I feel like I need to push this into the skin. Like I feel like it's setting on top of the skin. It's got a pretty finish, but I just feel like it's setting on the skin. Like it's not like blending into my skin. So I went off camera, did my brows. Let's jump into the eyes. So these were launched a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month ago now. I don't know, time's flying before I even know it. So these are new from Sisley. They're a long wear liquid eyeshadow. And I bought shade 4 and 5. I didn't know which ones to do. So this is Coral, number 4, and this is Bronze, number 5. I love this color. I mean, it kind of matches my shirt, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even plan that. Normally, I plan that. If I know I'm going to be using a particular palette for the eyes, I will match the shirt to kind of go with the makeup. That's just who I am. I like matching my eyeshadows to my shirt. I just do. So this was not planned. It was just meant to be. How about that? That's Coral. Gosh, that's a pretty shade, right? Oh, I love that shade. These were pricey. I don't know how much they are, but they are Sisley, so that's Bronze. Definitely we're using the Coral shade today. This is so, I love that color. Oh, I'm excited. So I'm gonna have my brush ready because I don't know how quick this stuff dries. So I'm gonna put it on like this. And then use the brush to kind of blend it. I don't know that I love that formula. I feel like it's like emphasizing my wrinkles. Is it me or is it emphasizing, see like the overlay like of my wrinkles and my eyelids? I feel like it's emphasizing, and I've never really had that happen before. I don't know, that is really weird. I mean, I know my eyelids are getting more wrinkly, like especially the last year I've noticed that, which I mean, it's age, I don't care, but I definitely don't want anything emphasizing it and making it worse. You know what I mean? Like, who wants that? No one. Here's the thing. It blends out really easily. So I can't say that it doesn't blend because it does. But I just don't really like the way it looks on the eyelid. I'm not like a big fan of it. I feel like it's emphasizing every wrinkle, like especially, where's my pointer? Especially like right here, it's like wrinkles going like this way. I have this color from Lisa Eldridge that I absolutely love, and this formula is different. So the formula from Lisa Eldridge is more of a shimmer. It has a little bit of sparkle in it, but not a lot. But this one from Sisley has so much sparkle in it. It's like the sheen of it is emphasizing all of my wrinkles, and I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And it's like wipes away. Yeah, I don't like this formula. Save your coin and get the Lisa Eldridge at the end of the day, because this is a fantastic formula and it's beautiful on its own. Like, this needs to like knock my socks off, and it's not. It's like, I think I've had better from the drugstore, to be completely honest with you. I think the formula from e.l.f. is better than this one. So let's jump over to the concealer from Saie. This is called the Hydra Beam Sheer Brightening Under Eye Concealer. Now, the girl at Sephora told me that it doesn't have a lot of coverage. So she's like, if you want to cover dark circles, I recommend going in with like a color corrector. And I can see what she's saying. It doesn't seem to have a lot of coverage. Like, as you kind of blend it out, it doesn't seem to have a lot. So let's see what it looks like without. I'm gonna put a little bit here and a little bit here and just see where that takes me. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty. This is the A506. This is from Angie from Hot and Flashy. She created this brush with BK Beauty, and when she launched it, you could only first buy it in the set, and now you can buy them in singles, and this is a great brush, you guys. I highly recommend this brush for concealer. I love it. So this concealer is very similar to the Tinted Moisturizer. It's very hydrating, but it doesn't have a lot of coverage. Like, you could still see some of the hollows. Like, if I turn down the ring light, you can still see some of the dark coming through. Some concealers that are super hydrating work. But there's some that are too hydrating and too glossy, and they will emphasize wrinkles. So there's like a happy medium when it comes to all of that hydration and kind of that shine to it. Yeah, I don't like this concealer. I can already see it like acting up on me. So the brush kind of picks up the product. Because it's got that oil base to it, it's almost like the concealer sticks to the brush. And then as you're trying to blend it in, the concealer sticks to the brush and like lifts it from the skin. That's what's happening right now. So let me kind of shut down the ring light and come in real close. See how like right here, I'm like missing product right there? Like, it's lifted from that part. So because of that, maybe the brush is not the best way to apply this. So I'm gonna add just a tiny bit and then use my sponge to try to blend it in. Hopefully the sponge will like push it into the skin, because I feel like the brush was like picking it up. Okay, so the sponge does a little bit better. So the concealer might be a pass, you guys, just based on first impression. We'll see how it wears, but I don't love the way that this is looking at all. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this Sisley stuff underneath on the lower lash line. I don't feel like I put anything on underneath there. It has like no color. I need some color. I need something underneath my lash line. I just do. So I'm going to use some eyeshadow. I think I'll just grab this palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Charlotte Darling palette, and I'm going to grab this color right here. That made a difference, right? Like, it gave me some color. The one from Lisa Eldridge you can wear alone. It's beautiful. So if you like this color, I recommend the one from Lisa Eldridge. That color, by the way, was the shade Diana. It's beautiful. I'm gonna add a little bit of this here on this outer corner just to kind of give me some color. That color in the Charlotte Tilbury palette actually matches this color to a perfection. They're almost like the exact same tone. Okay, so I just went ahead and put on some mascara. Let's put on a few of these lashes, like just on the outer corners, see what they do. I'm excited. I love this kind of stuff. This stuff like makes me happy. So this is what it looks like. You can see it right there. So I'm gonna use my Duo glue. When you're using eyelash glue, you wanna wait until it's like kind of tacky. Like, you don't want to put it right immediately on. You got to let it dry for a minute before you put it on. So I'm going to stick it like right here. I mean, these are definitely easier to put on than the singles because you get more for your bang. Singles I enjoy, but it takes forever to put them on and I just get kind of bored and I'm like, ugh, okay, I'm done. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put one more on. So kind of like pinching it and kind of adhering it to the lashes. You wouldn't even know I'm wearing it. This is so fun. These are not new. These are just new to me. I love the Ardell Naked Lashes. They're some of my absolute favorites because they're just more natural. You know, I'm kind of getting over the big false lashes. They just don't match me anymore. So if I wear the false lashes, I like them to look really natural. And these are right up my alley. I'm gonna put this one like right here. So I went ahead and finished them and I love the volume on the outer corner. I feel like it looks really pretty. I feel like it's a little bit more natural and maybe you don't look like you're wearing lashes. You know, when you're wearing false lashes, even if they are more on the natural side, you can still tell you're wearing them. But with these, it doesn't look like I'm wearing false lashes. And I really like that a lot. So this is definitely an A+. Love this. I bought these on Amazon. They were super affordable. And this is so fun to just kind of give yourself some volume, but not overtake the eye. Putting a coat of mascara over top to kind of pull it all together, that's the key. Because they were looking a little bit like they weren't really blending into my natural lash until I blended them together with a coat of mascara. So highly recommend. Let's talk about this that I bought. Many of you guys know I'm obsessed with the Surratt Beyond Beige palette. It's one of my absolute must-have, go-to favorite palettes of all time. It's basic, but beautiful. And it's a palette that's $100, and if I lost it, I would replace it over and over. I just love that palette. So when I saw this come up on Beautylish, I've had this for a minute, and I kicked myself for not using it sooner. Oh, shit, they all came out. Oh! They didn't break though. Why are they not staying in? Don't they have like a clipper or something? Like clip into place or something? I don't like that. I gotta find a way to make them stay in place. So this is supposed to be the highlighter. Google says that this is pronounced Kuda Jenny, and it could be that. I'm gonna put it down here at the bottom of the screen so you guys know. And then I have Burlante, and it's a really pretty coral color. I really like this. So this is for the blush. And then it came with this shade for kind of a bronzer slash, I don't know if it's gonna work for my skin. We'll see. It might not even show up. Chaleur. And I just don't know if this is gonna work for my complexion. We'll see. But I love the Beyond Beige palette so much. And I was excited to kind of use these and see how they work and see how they blend. But I almost feel like I need to set my skin because I feel like my foundation is so tacky that I don't know how the blend's gonna be. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to blend products over top of this. It's almost like it needs cream in order to blend, and I feel like I need to add some powder. I'm gonna open this up from Saie, and a lot of people have told me that they absolutely love this. Like, this is their newest, like, new favorite powder. So I'm really excited to try it. I'm gonna use the Hourglass on one side, and then the one from Saie Beauty on the other. So I'm gonna use the Saie Beauty on this side. It does have really pretty kind of illuminations. Like, it has a pretty, I wish it wasn't colored though. I think I would like it better if it wasn't colored, but because I feel like it kind of darkened on this side. Doesn't it look like that? Like, doesn't it look like the medium kind of darkened this side? Let's put a little bit of the Hourglass on this side. Yeah, it darkened it. It feels like it did. Am I losing it? No, it's darker on this side. It's definitely darker on that side. So that might be something that I don't know that I'm gonna love. So I'm gonna actually have to put it on the other side because it looks kind of dumb, right? So I'm gonna take some of my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. Yeah, I do not like this concealer, you guys. When you set it with powder, it's even worse. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's try this palette from Surratt. I'm gonna grab this brush from Wayne Goss. This is the #1, and I'm gonna go into the darker color on the bottom. Try not to pick up any of the blush. Yeah, this color's not gonna work for me. I'd have to put so much on. Yeah, that color's not gonna work for me. There's no way. It gives me a little bit of color, but not enough. I'm gonna take a blush brush and go in right here. That's so pretty. That color is a lot though. Holy shit, zmezzle. Ooh. Oh, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. You only want to go in with the smallest amount. And I tapped off the brush and I wiped the brush off. I look like a freaking painted doll. Are you? Oh my gosh. Okay. This looks ridiculous. That blush is so pigmented. It's too pigmented. I got to add a little bit of powder over it just to kind of calm it down because it's a lot. Okay, now I'm going to take a highlighter brush and go into the highlighter. And by the way, these shades were paired together, so they came in a set. So it's not like I could choose like which shades I wanted to, you know, put in the thing. The blush looks a little bit better, you guys. I mean, I just don't love it. It's not my favorite powder formula. Let's move on to lips, you guys. I'm just giving up at this point. So I picked this up recently. Where's the little velvet pouch that this came in? I don't know where the velvet pouch is, but this comes in a little velvet pouch. This is from Westman Atelier, and it was sold out forever. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever, blah, blah. You gotta get it, it's the greatest thing, da, da, da. So I got it. This is the Lip Suede. So this is in the Lynn Nudes. There's like 4 colors in there. So it's almost like you need a brush to use it because like, trying to like do your finger, I mean, you could customize it any way you want to, right? So I'm gonna use a lip brush. I'm gonna use this one from Patrick Ta, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here. Wait, is there color? Does my bottom lip look different than my top lip? A little bit, right? I guess. Like that color really showed up that much. Let's just go into the darker color. I'm gonna grab the top, this one right here. The thing, I feel like this is kind of gonna be hard to apply with your finger unless you're doing like 2 shades. So like if I put my finger, you know what I mean? Like it's going to be hard not to grab the other shades. So I kind of feel like if it was meant to be mostly applied with a brush to get like a really, like the specific color that's in here, maybe there should have been a brush like inside of this. I mean, this weighs like freaking 50 pounds. Not really, but it's heavy. Westman Atelier packaging is just heavy, right? So like if this was, like it would have been nice if maybe this lifted up and there was like a brush underneath there so that when you could throw it in your purse and it had a brush that you could use it. Other than that, it's almost like you're gonna have to go like this and put it on like that. I just don't know, you guys. I don't know that I'm feeling this. And this thing was expensive. It says that it's a lip suede, but I don't really feel like this is a suede. It looks suede. So you can see like right here in this area, it's got a suede look to it, but you can see the shine. So once you use it, it's got more of an emollient base. So I can understand why they're calling it a suede, but it doesn't wear like a suede. It wears similar to the Merit Beauty. That's the feeling that this gives me. The signature lipsticks, that's what this feels like. I'm curious to see if it wears like this one because I love this signature lip from Merit Beauty. It's really nice because it's kind of a hybrid. It kind of lasts like a matte formula, but it's hydrating at the same time. And I'm actually kind of curious to see how this lasts because I feel like this is so similar to that. And these are so much cheaper than this ridiculous thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a very beautiful, beautiful compact. I mean, come on, it's gorgeous. Just don't know that it's absolutely worth it. Got to get the swatches out now because like once I continue to use it, I feel like I'm gonna like ruin it. Like they won't stay together. Does that make sense? Like the colors will just all become one, it feels like. I don't know. It's really hard to swatch. I actually have quite skinny fingers and it's hard for me. I have skinny, scrawny, ridiculous like fingers. I have kind of skinnier fingers and I feel like this is just not really that realistic. It's just not. I think it's super stupid bougie. So those are the tones right there. That's the shades. And they're pretty, but I'm wearing the darkest color. I'm wearing the darkest color. So I don't know, you guys, I'm not feeling it. So I am officially done with my makeup. I'm gonna go about the rest of my day. I will come back later on this evening. We'll do a full check-in and I'll get into my final thoughts. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. I am back to give my final thoughts on the makeup I've been wearing. I did pull my hair back because it was driving me crazy. And I changed my shirt because I just wanted to be in comfies. So it is currently 10:57. I can't remember what time I put this makeup on. I want to say it was right around 11 o'clock, 11:30ish. But we're going to go ahead and zoom in. So I've turned down the ring light. I still have the soft boxes, but that just kind of gives the room light. But you can kind of see I've lost a lot of the coverage like right around my nose here, right? So you can kind of see I have lost it here in the T-zone area, which is pretty typical for being 12 hours. If my foundation's gonna wear off, that's when it's gonna wear off. And I'll be honest with you, this foundation I thought was gonna be much worse than it is because of the texture of it. It's so oily that I thought it was going to slip and slide, but it really didn't. I mean, I've lost maybe a little bit of coverage here, but everything else isn't looking too bad. I mean, I've definitely just lost it just right here, right? Like just right here in this area. And I kind of have a feeling that if I wear like a mattifying primer underneath this, for example, the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Primer, you don't need this one. There's a lot of mattifying primers out there, but this is just one that I picked up during the Sephora sale. But I feel like if I was wearing something like this, it might hold up better in the T-zone area because I've noticed that this does help foundations hold on a little bit longer in the T-zone area. So I am not mad at the way this has worn. Now, I do not like the concealer whatsoever. It's just not my jam. And I mean, you can see my under eyes. You can see they're just super, super wrinkly. Like, that concealer emphasizes wrinkles because I think it's just too much hydration. Let's zoom in on the eyeshadow. So you can see that the eyeshadow has cracked and kind of broke away. So I'm missing some eyeshadow like right here in that area. I'm going to pull down my eyelids. But you can see I'm missing some of the eyeshadow right there on the lid. There's like some lines and some gaps right there. I'm hoping that footage is showing up. I've never had my mascara kind of drop down like it did with this concealer. Like normally this mascara doesn't make that much of a mess underneath my eyes. So that's kind of been surprising too. But I mean, I've lost so much coverage of that concealer. Like it is almost gone, right? Like it's pretty much gone. This blush though, I can't even look at myself and take myself serious. It's so much blush, like so much blush, right? Oh my gosh. Look at that though. I just touched my face and some of the makeup is removing. Let's start with the Tinted Moisturizer. I actually am quite impressed with this. I'm going to continue to play with this and see if there's a way that I can kind of manipulate it because the one thing that I do like is just how skin-like it is. And I have a feeling that if I was wearing something like this with a good concealer and my normal everyday powders, I might find a way to make this work. I feel like this is kind of on the verge of being workable, right? Because this is quite impressive. I mean, I haven't really lost any of it on my forehead, and I was really expecting it to slip and slide because it's just got so much oil to it. So this isn't bad per se. I feel like, you know, I feel like this is not going to work for oily skin though. Like if you have combo or oily skin, this is not going to work for you. Like I just don't see this. But dry, you might really like this. The blush is super pigmented, but it's too much pigment. And if you get carried away, you almost can't get rid of it because of the color. And you can see it didn't go anywhere because I had a lot of blush on, right? So this blush lasted a very long time. Yes, but it is one of those blushes that if you even a little bit get carried away, it's way too much and you can't control it. And I don't like blushes like that are so pigmented that you just cannot use very much. And this is a very, very expensive product. This is a very, very expensive little palette here. And I just don't feel like this is worth the money at all. Like at all. There's so many good ones out in the market. And though I love the Beyond Beige palette because of the textures, these do have really nice silky textures like the Beyond Beige palette does. But this one is just too much pigment. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, but I'm not going to use it on the face again. Let's quickly talk about the Saie Radiant Loose Setting Powder. I don't really know how I feel about this just yet because I haven't used it with products that I know and love, right? Like products like this, for me, it's like a primer. I need to use it with multiple products, multiple foundations, multiple whatever, just to get a good feel for it and a good idea for it and see how it wears. Wearing a powder for the first time, it's hard to say yay or nay. So I'm going to give this some go and I'm going to continue to play with it. This was actually recommended by one of my followers, one of my viewers saying, hey, Tara, I think you'd really enjoy this. So I'm going to continue to wear it. But for now, I don't really know how I feel about it. So we'll see how that goes. Now, the eyeshadows. These are a flippin' no-go. These are a flippin' waste of money. Waste of money, waste of money, waste of money. I wish I only had one shade in these. Way too expensive for what these are. It's just not a good formula. It's just not. It's not a good formula. Don't waste your money on it. And then finally, the Westman Atelier. This lasted on me for maybe a half hour and it was gone. And I'm not surprised by that because when I put it on my lips, I didn't feel like I had anything on it anyway. Like I had to really pack it on to feel like I had something on the lip. Don't waste your money on that lip product. It's overhyped. It's an overhyped product that doesn't live up to the hype at the end of the day. That's what it boils down to. It's just not worth the money. So that's it for the video. Sound off down below and let us know how many of you have used any of the products I used in today's video and what was your experience. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, so sound off down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.